I welcome you to a gentle yoga practice. For today's class, I'm going to invite you to have access to a couple of blocks as well as your trusty blanket or beach towel. If you don't have either of those two things available, go ahead and just grab a pillow off the couch, something just to give you a little cushion under the knees for some of the postures that we will be doing today. Go ahead and grab what you need, and I'll meet you right here on the mat. Today, I did want to let you know that I would really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe here on this YouTube page. We are constantly looking and analyzing what it is that you are asking for. And the more information I have about who's following along and what kinds of classes that you'd really appreciate, the easier it is for me to serve that up for you. So invite you to hit like and subscribe and definitely leave comments so I'll know what you want. All right, as we get started today, we're going to start on our backs with our knees bent. You can move any props out of the way. We won't need here. We're going to go ahead and think about the placement of the head. So the chin is parallel with the shoulders. The ankles are right under the knees, and then give yourself a nice big letting go breath in through the nose, sigh it out through the mouth. Give yourself just a little rock side to side. Be nice and soft here. Beautiful. Go ahead and bring those feet down to the mat and let the hands come and rest gently, palms face down on either side of the hips. Chin parallel with shoulders, back of the head completely connected to the mat. We're going to start to flow here just a little bit. So take an inhale, press the feet into the floor, lift the pelvis, and then exhale right back down. Start to make that flowy. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, sink it down. Lift the upper part of your feet towards the sky so that only the heels stay on the mat when you bring the booty down. And then make it nice and flowy. Start to roll forward through the whole foot and then lift the pelvis. So exhale, lower, lift the front of the feet. Inhale, complete feet, press into the mat as the pelvis lifts. Moving just like that. Inhale down. Exhale, rise. Move with your breath. And give it two more. And the last one. And hold that bridge for 3 breaths and squeeze the inside of the legs. And the last one. A beautiful inhale here. And exhale, lower all the way down. Release the whole back to the mat, just like we did at the beginning of class. Make space for the upper back body. And then find the breath in the belly. So beginning to notice and observe that energy moving through you. But then also observing the softness that is still available within your body. Last breath. Go ahead and bring the knees back up towards the chest, and you can bring your hands right behind the base of your knee, base of the upper thigh. And then we're just going to rock and roll up nice and soft. Give yourself a few rounds. We're not moving fast here. We're going to eventually end with the legs extended long in front. finding some length through the crown of the head and rippling through the spine. Now notice that there's a big curve in my low back. What I like you to do is just press the tailbone into the floor. You should have felt a little stretch through that low back right there. Hold this. Hands are just rested on the knees. Breathe. And give it one more breath. We'll go ahead and find a cold stretch here. So hands on either side of the hips. Take a fresh inhale. Reach the arms up over the head. And then exhale. Settle those shoulders. Settle that tailbone back into the mat. Take an inhale. And then exhale. Slow, soft fold forward with the upper body. Feel free to bend the knees just a little bit. But we're hinging at the hips. We've got space through the chin down to the shoulders, space in the back of the neck. Head is parallel. Chin is not lifted. Breathe. And give it one more breath. Beautiful. Slow walk up. So that's kind of our starting point, if you will. Go ahead and make your way into your table. And if you'd like to have a blanket under your knees, go right ahead. This is where that pillow could also come in handy. Or just the beach towel, whatever you have, just a little cushion for the knees. All right, so as we come into this table, we want to make sure it's nice and strong. So those fingers are spread nice and wide, wrists right under shoulders, knees right under hips. And then we'll engage through the belly just a little bit, reach the crown of the head away. Take 2 breaths. Beautiful. Take an inhale. And then exhale, sit the hips back. Child's pose. You could also spread the knees wide here if that serves your body. Let the head come down towards the earth. If the head doesn't make it, just let those palms stack one on top of each other and let the forehead come to the back of the palms. Finding the breath in the upper back body. And give it one more. Beautiful. Go ahead and make your way back from child's back into a table. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and move through some cat-cow. So go ahead and find that strong table once again. Tuck in the tailbone ever so slightly, long spine. And then we'll take an inhale to rise up with the crown and the tailbone. And exhale, round it all in. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, round it in. So let the spine guide this movement, really letting it curve like a C up towards the sky. And then exhale, bringing it all in. Continuing just like this. Your breath, your pace. One more breath. Neutral spine. Curl your toes, lift your hips. Start to walk your dog here. So the feet are even with the hips. There's a little bend in the knees, maybe even a little pedaling of the feet. If you feel like you're holding a lot of weight in your shoulders, send those hips back. Take some of the weight out of the upper body. Let's give it 2 more breaths. And coming into a moment of stillness, release any engagement through the knees, soften, maybe even bend them.
Really press into the hands. Find a deeper stretch through the hamstrings. You'll start to walk those hands back towards feet, mindful of the stretch through the calf muscles as you come into a forward fold. Continue with the big bend in the knees. Let the torso rest right there on top of the thighs. Head hangs heavy. We'll take an inhale, finding a halfway lift. And then an exhale, releasing back down towards the earth. And take an inhale here. And then exhale, give yourself a nice slow rise up to your mountain pose. Give yourself 2 breaths. Sink in. Find yourself connected to the mat. And start to tune into the sound of your own breath here, moving in and out of your body. Notice the rise and the fall of the shoulders. Relax through the kneecaps. 1 more breath. Beautiful. Take an inhale, reach the arms up over the head. And then exhale to settle the shoulders. Take this right hand over to the left wrist. And then I'm going to ask you to bend the knees just a little bit and tuck in the tailbone. That's going to protect the low back. Take an inhale. And then exhale, reach those left fingertips over to the right, keeping that bend in the knees, tucking the tailbone in, deepening that stretch through the left side body. Notice if you've started to clench the teeth here. 1 more breath. And take an inhale up through center. Exhale, opposite wrist. Moving over to the other side, sinking in, knees bend, torso flexes in. And finding softness through the neck. Inhale all the way back up. And then exhale, give yourself a forward fold. So a bend comes back to the knees, release through those hips, and give yourself a little willow tree side to side sway. And give it 2 more breaths. And come back into your moment of stillness here in the middle, in the center. Take an inhale. And then with those knees bent, start to roll up your spine. We're going to come all the way back into that mountain. Notice the connection of your feet to the mat here, feeling nice and stable, and then rippling up all the way through the spine, coming fully into your mountain. And breathing here 2 breaths. And just observing the space that we've created by just moving the body just this little bit. 1 more breath. Beautiful. Inhale, let the arms rise. And then exhale, bring those palms down in front of the heart. Bow, chin to chest. Keep the hands in front of the heart and lift the gaze into a place where you can find a gentle gaze. And I'll lead you through what we need to do here, no problem. Both feet firmly connected to the mat. Go ahead and ripple up through the spine. Space in the back of the neck. Take an inhale. And move that body weight over to the left side of your body. You're light on those right toes. We're going to go ahead and lift this right knee just a little bit, not a lot. And then let the right foot extend forward, but point the right toes. Hold it here, 1 more breath. And take an inhale. And then exhale, bring that leg all the way through center. Step it back behind you and even through the legs. So once you get into this posture, I invite you to square the hips. Your right foot might be off your mat just a little bit. It's all good. Reach through the crown, take an inhale, and then exhale, we're going to fold halfway. Reach the crown of the head away, keep both legs straight, but a little softness, and then bring that left hip where it kind of squares back with the right. Inhale here, and exhale, bend that left knee, come back up to stand. Beautiful. Step the feet together so the right foot comes forward. That'll ensure just a little bit more space behind. And we'll ripple up through the spine, find that soft gaze. Take an inhale. Move over to the right side of the body. Light on the left toes this time. Link through the spine. And then we'll step this left foot forward, toes point down towards the earth. So just a stretch through the top of that left foot. And balance all at the same time. Here we go. Bring it through center. Just a little step behind, and then square those hips. So press the right foot into the mat. Find length through the spine. Take an inhale. And then exhale, fold forward halfway. And then tuck that right hip back. Square with the left. Reach the crown of the head away. Big stretch to that right hamstring. Take an inhale, and then exhale, bend into that right knee to bring yourself up. Bring the left foot back up to the right. Let the hands come down next to the hips, ripple through the spine. Give yourself a letting go breath. Beautiful. Take an inhale, lift arms and gaze up. And then exhale, give yourself a forward fold. Walk your hands forward. Make your way into a down dog. If you've got that blanket down, keep it. We'll be coming to the knees in just a moment, and it might feel nice. Come into your stillness. Take an inhale, lift this left leg back behind you, and then as you do, start to bend the right knee and start to bring that right knee down to the mat. So keep that left leg out behind you. And then settle into your three-legged table. Square the hips. If you'll notice, my left hip is up just a little bit. I'm going to bring it back down in line with the right hip. Hold here, one breath. And then take an inhale. Let's go ahead and step that left leg through. Go ahead and rise up. We're going to be in a kneeling crescent. And we're going to make sure that that left heel is under the left knee. And it feels like I'm dumping a lot of weight into this right knee. So I'm going to press it into the mat. There's a stretch through that right quad. I'm going to tuck my tailbone in. There's a stretch through the right groin. It's all feeling the things right there. Just give it 2 more breaths. Settle those shoulders. And bring the arms into a T. Take an inhale, lunge forward, hands come together. And then exhale, open it up. Shoulder blades kiss. Inhale, move forward. And exhale, open it up. Continuing to move just like this. Give it 2 more. Last one. Hold this one open. Press the left foot into the floor. If you're feeling unstable, it may help to curl those right toes, or it may make it more unstable. Do what your body needs here. And check the position of the head. There's space in the back of the neck. The gaze is forward. Breathe. Take an inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. And then exhale, bring this right hand down to the outside of the left knee. Send those left fingertips back behind. Send the gaze over to the left. Inhale, send the right arm forward. And then exhale, bring the arms up over the head. Send the hands down on either side of the left foot. Now this is where the blocks may come in handy, because if you need more space, you can use blocks. And then as we lunge forward and back, you'll have a little bit more space for that. So inhale, lunge forward. And then exhale, send the hips back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Nice and soft here. We're not even doing a full leg extension. We're just really opening that hip. And give it one more. Beautiful. Now you can take your left hand off the block. The right hand may come to a more stable block, so maybe on the lowest setting. And then take an inhale, send this left arm up towards the sky. There's a deeper twist. Feel that through the left hip. Squeeze the inside of the left knee or the left thigh so that the left knee doesn't fall out to the right. Beautiful. Bring that left hand down. Remove the blocks out of the way, and then let this left knee come back to meet the right. Make your way into a child's pose. 5 breaths. Let everything go. Beautiful. Take an inhale. Let's make our way through table and back into down dog. And soften through the knees. Send those hips back. Take an inhale, lift the right leg up towards the sky, and then start to bend this left knee, lowering down with control. Left top of the foot comes to the mat, right leg is behind. We'll take an inhale and step it through. Slow rise, coming up into that kneeling crescent, checking that left knee, so pressing it in, engaging through the center. You can see the change as that engages. Arms are up over. Give it one more breath. Bring the arm to a T, and we'll take an inhale. Do that lunge forward, and exhale to open. Last one. Inhale forward, and then exhale, open it up. Tuck that tailbone in, press through that right foot, space in the back of the neck. Breathe. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, left hand down outside of that right knee. Right fingertips reach behind. Gaze is to the right. Inhale, let's bring those arms up over the head. And then exhale, bring them down on either side of the right foot. Here's where those blocks could be awesome. And we'll start to lunge forward and back. Just feeling into that hip. But we're keeping it soft, so we're not really trying to extend that right leg all the way. Let's give it one more. And then let's hold it back. So inhale forward. Exhale, hold it back, just a breath. All right, coming back forward. Weight comes off the right hand and the left block can come down to a more stable setting. So I'm going to actually, you still use the block, but I'm going to bring it to the smallest setting. And then I'm going to reach this right arm up towards the sky. Squeeze the inside of that right knee, that right thigh, so that you stay with that right knee over the right ankle. We've got 2 more breaths. Go ahead and lower this right hand. Bring this left block out of the way, next to the right if you had those. And then we're going to send the hips back. Let this right knee come back to meet the left and let everything go. Child's pose. Last 2. Beautiful. As you're ready, let's make our way into a table. And then we'll curl those toes, lift those hips, down dog. And we'll spend about 4 breaths here. One more. And go ahead and walk those hands back towards the feet. Let's meet at the back of the mat once again in a forward fold. Put a little softness in those knees. Really let the upper body hang heavy. One more breath. And take an inhale. And then exhale, let yourself roll up in any way that serves your body, rippling up fully into your mountain. Keep the eyes open. Give yourself a deep breath. Take an inhale, lift the arms up over the head. And then exhale, we'll bring those hands down in front of the heart. Find something soft to gaze at in front. I'll guide you through every step. We'll take an inhale and bring body weight over to that left foot. So ripple up through that left side of the body. Lift this right hip. We've warmed that up. Let those right toes come off the mat. And then lift this right knee up towards your navel. Hold it here. Flex that right foot. See if you can open the right knee to the right. Engage through the pelvis just like we did from that Annealing Crescent. Really tuck the tailbone under. Engage through the glutes. Hands stay at the heart. Foot stays flexed. Toes and knee point away. This is ash tree. Bring that right knee back in. Lower through that right foot. And then center the body and center the breath right here. 2 breaths. Take an inhale. And then exhale, move over to that right side. Ripple up through the spine. Lift that left hip. And then we'll lift this left knee when you're ready, flexing that left foot, really engaging through your core muscles. Hold it here. And let's open it to the left. Flex the left foot. Bring the knee back forward. Lower the leg with control. We're coming back to the center. 2 breaths. Relax the kneecaps. We'll rise up here with the arms in the gaze. Give yourself a little mini back bend. Shoot the hips forward. Release the shoulders. Gaze up towards those thumbs. Give it 2 more breaths. Inhale here. And exhale, bend those knees. Bring the prayer hands down through center. Forward fold. All the way down towards the earth. Here we go. Hold it 3 breaths right here. Sinking into that low back body. Notice the air moving into the upper back body. And using those exhales to soften where you need to. All right. So we're going to move into a plank type position from here. So I'm going to move my blanket out of the way. If you have one, I invite you to do the same. And then begin to walk your hands all the way towards the top of your mat, setting up for a plank. And we're just going to hold it 3 breaths. This is the strongest thing that we'll do throughout the whole class. So just hold it with me 2 more. Beautiful. Lower those knees. Send the hips back just a bit. You're going to swing those feet over to one side and find your booty. And then I want you to bend your knees, but keep some length through the spine. Let those arms extend long down towards your feet, and then move those shoulders back in line with the upper body. So this is both. We're going to use 4 breaths using those exhales to lower us down to the mat with control. So we're going to do it just like we came out of the balance pose. We're going to move our weight back towards the floor without flopping it down. So that's our goal. All right, here we go. Inhale. Exhale back. Pull those shoulders back. Inhale. Exhale back. Find space in the back of the neck. Inhale. Exhale back. Push the feet into the floor. Last breath. Inhale. Exhale all the way down with control. Bring those arms into a T. Bring the outside edges of your feet to the mat. And let the knees cave in towards one another. Soften, soften, soften. And start to notice the rise and the fall of the upper body. Notice the expansion of the upper body with each breath. Notice the connection of the back to the mat with each inhale. And the weight that the mat takes with each exhale. From here, I offer for you to move in any way that your body may still be asking for that I did not offer. It may be that you have moved just enough to where the place that you are now is exactly where you'd like to stay. I'll give you 6 or 7 breaths right here. And wherever you are, I invite you to find stillness. Allow yourself to take a nice big deep inhale through the nose, sigh it out through the mouth. And rest. As you're ready, I invite you to begin to bring some awareness back into this space and into your physical body. Move the hands and the feet. And then find a full body stretch. And decide if you'd like another moment on your side or if you are ready to meet me back in an easy seat. Hands somewhere near the heart in prayer or the lap. And you have plenty of time, no need to rush. So our share for today is from a account called Bodhi Mindful. And it says, gently step away from the noise of life. Return home to your body and generate more light to share with the world. And I hope this class has helped you generate just a little light. May you know kindness, and may you be kind. And until we meet together again, gratitude for practicing with me. Namaste.